tie myself into all the action. So they're able to say yes.
But no, I'm just thinking, in a stunt scene, the stuntman is having a fight with you.
In the world of Hollywood, where fame and fortune come with both admiration and envy.
And Benny is one of these guys, he texts like he talks.
Even the biggest stars can find themselves caught up in disputes. One of the most powerful names in the entertainment industry is Dwayne The Rock Johnson. From his days as a WWE wrestler to his rise as a global movie superstar, Johnson has cultivated a reputation that many would envy. However, not everyone in Hollywood sees him as a role model.
And she plays wide out, but she also blocks, and she does those crack back blocks. So she wound up.
Some actors and actresses have been rumored to harbor animosity or even hatred toward the former wrestling icon. Let's take a look at the top 6 actors who have had their own issues with The Rock.
Everywhere she goes.
She does?
And she would make you guys get up and start.
1. Vin Diesel. One of the most famous rivalries in Hollywood revolves around the ongoing tensions between Dwayne Johnson and Vin Diesel. It all started on the set of Fast and Furious 8.
It's it's like you try and you're like, oh, Vin Diesel still sounds cool.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Where the two had a highly publicized falling out. The issues between them were said to stem from creative differences, but rumors hinted at personal clashes as well. Diesel, known for his leadership on set, was reportedly frustrated with Johnson's larger-than-life presence. In an Instagram post, Diesel famously referred to Johnson as a bit of a prima donna, criticizing his ego and behavior on set. Johnson, on the other hand, did not mince words, revealing that he did not enjoy working with certain members of the cast. Although both actors have attempted to make peace publicly, it's clear that there's still some lingering tension.
Yeah. Do you have any dogs?
Their rivalry was so intense that it led to Johnson stepping away from the main Fast and Furious franchise to star in his own spin-off, Hobbs and Shaw. Despite the drama, both Diesel and Johnson continue to be major players in the action movie world. However, the bitterness between the two actors remains a defining moment in Hollywood's behind-the-scenes history. 2. Tyrese Gibson. While not as high-profile as the Diesel rivalry, Tyrese Gibson's feud with The Rock was equally explosive. Gibson, a longtime member of the Fast and Furious family,
I want to see you transform right now.
publicly lashed out at Johnson for his decision to focus on Hobbs and Shaw instead of continuing with the main series. In an emotional Instagram post, Gibson accused Johnson of sabotaging the franchise, claiming that his spin-off led to the delay of the next Fast and Furious installment. That's some real selfish stuff, Gibson said. Dwayne Johnson is responsible for all of this. The feud became personal.
Dom will never see it coming.
It's neon orange. The International Space Station will see it coming.
With Gibson expressing frustration that Johnson's actions were hurting the core group of actors who had been with the franchise from the beginning. While Johnson didn't respond directly to Gibson's social media attacks, it was clear that the two had a strained relationship. Since then, both actors have somewhat reconciled, with Gibson even making an effort to defend Johnson in some public statements. But the tension between the two remains palpable for many fans who still remember the bitter feud. 3. John Cena. It may come as a surprise, but John Cena...
Maybe not read that.
Sometimes in life, you got to know when the red flags are there.
Another WWE superstar turned Hollywood actor has reportedly had his own issues with Dwayne Johnson. While they have both had their share of success in the action genre, especially in the Fast and Furious series, there have been whispers about rivalry between them, particularly around their approach to the Fast and Furious franchise. In 2021, Cena joined the Fast and Furious universe as Dominic Toretto's Vin Diesel, long-lost brother in F9. While Cena and Johnson both initially appeared to be on friendly terms, the dynamics of their relationship seemed more competitive. Cena's willingness to take on a role in the franchise that Johnson had previously occupied, with his character Luke Hobbs, led to speculation that Cena was eyeing a bigger slice of the action movie pie.
I didn't want to be, and I don't, which is kind of crazy.
Yeah.
As we've all gone through that. So I measure
that Johnson had so dominantly held. Despite these tensions, both actors have publicly praised each other's talents, especially regarding their wrestling backgrounds.
Okay.
However, the constant comparison between them and the pressure to outdo one another in the action genre could explain some of the underlying friction. 4. Mark Wahlberg. The rivalry between Mark Wahlberg and Dwayne Johnson is one that goes under the radar but has been bubbling for years. Both actors have starred in several action films together.
Fuck out of here, man.
Okay.
But their personalities often clash. Wahlberg, known for his tough guy persona, has been vocal about his frustrations with the Hollywood industry, and Johnson, with his charisma and constant media presence, doesn't always sit well with Wahlberg. The feud reportedly came to a head on the set of Pain and Gain in 2013, where Wahlberg and Johnson worked together. Sources close to the set claim that Wahlberg was upset with Johnson's growing popularity and the attention he was getting from the press. Despite their apparent differences, both actors have managed to keep their personal issues out of the public eye for the most part, and they've continued working in the same circles. It's unclear if their animosity still exists, but in Hollywood, where egos often collide,
more important to me. He's a bigger part of my life than a lot of things because of my kids. But they came, I asked him, I said, would you come?
there's always a possibility that tensions will resurface. 5. Kevin Hart. Although Kevin Hart and Dwayne Johnson have frequently been seen as best friends in public, their relationship has had its ups and downs. The two comedians have starred together in Central Intelligence.
Okay, why didn't you strongly agree?
I strongly agreed with you, but then I thought, well, maybe I just agreed because you strongly agreed.
And the Jumanji franchise, and their playful banter is a major selling point in their on-screen chemistry. However, behind the scenes, there have been rumors of a power struggle, especially when it comes to who is getting more attention or credit for the success of their films. In particular, Hart has been quoted in interviews expressing that Johnson's star power often overshadows his own, leading to occasional feelings of competition. In one memorable incident, Hart joked that Johnson would try to outshine him at every opportunity, even during their promotional events. Despite this, the two have always downplayed any major rift.
Because no other superhero has pockets. Hunky Pete.
Hunky Pete. Wait, but what's in Hunky Pete's pocket?
Presenting themselves as close friends who have a mutual respect for each other's work. Still, the dynamic between them remains complex, as both are top stars in their own right, constantly battling for the next big role or franchise. 6. Scarlett Johansson. One of the most intriguing names on this list is Scarlett Johansson.
No, we're not gonna do that. We're on TV, guys.
Known for her roles in the Avengers franchise and her successful career in both action and dramatic roles. While there's no public record of direct animosity between Johansson and The Rock, rumors have circulated about behind-the-scenes tension between the two. In 2021, there was a reported disagreement between Johansson and Johnson regarding their positions within the Black Widow and Jumanji franchises, respectively. Johansson, an established A-list actress, is known for her outspoken stance on issues such as gender equality in Hollywood, while Johnson has been seen as the ultimate macho action hero. Some critics suggested that both stars were vying for similar positions within the action genre, and this may have led to some subtle friction, particularly when it comes to leadership roles on set. While there's been no confirmed public feud,
they're sort of brought together in a kind of unlikely, unexpected.
The perception of their different approaches to Hollywood stardom could explain why some reports have suggested underlying tension. Dwayne The Rock Johnson's rise to the top of Hollywood was anything but smooth. His journey, filled with iconic roles and massive box office hits,
I don't like your sweater, but I love your biceps.
has led to envy and rivalry in equal measure. Whether it's disagreements with co-stars or behind-the-scenes power struggles, Johnson's presence has stirred the pot on more than one occasion. The actors on this list represent just a glimpse into the complex world of Hollywood feuds and the competitive nature of the entertainment industry.
Shall we, what do you think? You got my back.
While some of these relationships have been patched up, others remain contentious to this day. However, in the end, Dwayne Johnson has proven that even the most heated rivalries can't slow down his career. He continues to be a major force in Hollywood, reminding us that in the world of fame, success often comes with its share of tension.